Okay. Salutation à tous. Are You Still a Slave by Shahrazad Ali. You know, I didn't even know this book was out for 25 years because it wasn't publicized. I knew she did How to Understand the Black Woman's Guide to Understanding a Black Man, and the first was a Black Man's Guide to Understanding a Black Woman, then the Black Woman Guide to Understanding a Black Man. Them the only two I knew about. But she had quite a few other books out. I knew about the pig. That was the first book, How Not to Eat the Pig. But she has other books out as well that I didn't know about. These two, Things Your Parents Should Have Told You. I ask you to, if you're a parent, get this for your children. Read it yourself. First, get the book. Don't even think about it. Get it. It should be on Amazon. Things Your Parents Should Have Told You. Because your parents didn't tell you. Most of us was not taught rightly by our parents. The proof we was taught slave teachings when we misbehaved, they didn't talk to us and get us to understand. They beat us. That's what you do as a slave. You beat a slave. You don't reason with them. Did your parents reason with you? So they had to make laws against beating. But where was the law when they was enslaving us? Where was the law then? They beat us as they felt like it. There was no law against it. So you see the hypocrisy? This man has no morality to tell you how to direct your affairs. He have no history of directing his own affairs. So yeah, I knew about being a slave. Man, I reached that conclusion at the age of about 13. It was clear to me that we were slaves, not physically, but mentally. That was she really implying. You don't have chains on you, but because there's no chains on you, don't mean you're not a slave. The chains can be invisible around your mind. Favorite so-called African American psychologist and I call him a social psychologist because he dealt with social issues. Was Amos Wilson. Read his books. He made the conclusion that all you black people are crazy. Why? Because only crazy people will allow themselves to be treated this way. You gotta have lost your mind to allow yourself to be treated in this way. That's what he says, not me. I'm just entertaining you with the knowledge. You use it how you want to. Don't believe me. Look at me like a video game. And you just watching me play. That's really what it is. I'm just playing my video game and you watching me. Of course, you have your own video game that you play, that you're a part of. You're a character in a video game. They call it the Matrix. You can call it many different things. I just did my last, all my content is tied in. There's one theme running through all of them. And it's one theme running through everyone's life. You just got to find out what that theme is. It all boils down to the same thing. The last video was about taking things real, not asking, is this real? I can't believe you did that. You can see a man snatch the woman out of a car, assaulting her, and she's saying, I don't believe she has lost her mind. What you mean you don't believe? It's happening to you now. That's why we're losing our lives, because you don't believe. You believe the wrong thing. Beasts eat, sleep, and have sex. That's a beast life. You got to do more than that to be a believer. You got to have a spiritual life first. My spiritual time is early in the morning, about 3 to 5 a.m. Earlier than that. Because I have to prepare myself to deal with what's coming the next day. And I barely go out. I do my work from the home. But it comes there. You can't live in isolation. You're going to see TV. People are going to call you with negativity. So you got to be strong and know what you're dealing with. So the point is mental slavery. How do you deal with mental slavery? You got to take your mind back. That's what it means. Somebody got your mind wrapped around their finger. They know how to pull your button, push your strings. Said that backwards, didn't I? They know you. You'd be surprised how much people know about you and your nature that you don't know about your own self. They study you. They know when you're going to commit crime, because the agenda is to make you a criminal. Don't you know that? You're not represented as any positive role model. You portrayed as a animal or a clown or an athlete, which is a clown, because you're entertaining somebody. That's what clowns do. They entertain people. And you think it's okay. You've been made to believe that you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't be a doctor, you can't be a scientist. I'm slow in math. You're slow because you want to be slow. You have to learn how to motivate yourself, because you don't get motivated by people who don't know who they are. And I'm saying that's 99% of us do not know who we are. So-called black, Negro, color, whatever you want to, whatever slave title you want to use. Even the Moors, the ones who know their identity, they're not always right. They're not all the way right. They have problems as well. So, in line with the late Amos Wilson teachings, take control of your life. That's what I'm saying. Be good American citizens. Stop looking for somebody to take care of you. Stop looking for the free stuff. When you reach a certain level of consciousness, you know nothing is free. And you will not accept anything free because there's always some strings attached. Free food. Where did that food come from? Who made it? Why are you giving it to me? You don't tell them people ask these type of questions. But if you don't know who you are, if you're a slave, you believe everything somebody tells you. That's a mark of a real slave. He cannot think for himself. He let other people think for him or her. All you see is blonde hair and green and blue eyes and pale skin. That's all you've seen since you was born as being beauty. So you start dyeing your hair or getting blonde wigs or getting long eyelashes, or getting green or blue contacts or going naked because that's the trend. That's what everybody's doing, which means you shouldn't be doing it. But you can't think for yourself, so you follow what somebody else does. Well, you reach a point that you really see this, what I'm saying is true, and you will make a change. And follow your heart. How can you follow somebody and you don't know where they're going? You don't even know where they've been. You gonna follow them? I'm talking from experience because most of my life I've been a member of a group or organization. Didn't even have no real goals for myself or family. Because I wanted to work as a unit. I didn't think I can do anything as an individual. Well, you can. You can do more as an individual than you do as a group. And then when you reach a certain level, you form your own group. We should be leaders, not followers. Or are you still a slave? That's the time for this morning. We'll be speaking later. Stay strong and read.